The First Battalion Grenadier Guards have received their operational medals after their tour of duty in Afghanistan. But it was a day of mixed emotions for the battalion, who've lost 5 of their number in November when an Afghan policeman they were training opened fire. British Forces News was specially invited to the medal ceremony and a memorial service. Victoria Smith was there.
Back on home soil after a testing tour and a rapturous welcome from families and friends. Medals of honour for these soldiers today, but mixed with the pride, thoughts for those injured in theatre and memories of those who cannot return. 5 Grenadier Guards were killed in a single incident by a man they'd been trying to train. Warrant Officer Darren Chant, Sergeant Matthew Telford, Guardsman James Major, Corporal Stephen Boot and Corporal Nicholas Webster Smith should have been here to receive their medals too.
It's a massive day, the medals parade followed by the memorial service. It's an important part with everyone coming together and remembering those that have fallen.
Lieutenant Banks lost both of his legs after stepping on an IED in January, but he hopes to be out of his wheelchair in time for the Queen's birthday.
Those of us that are surplus will be on horse guards, just ushering the people onto their seats in bearskin and tunic, and hopefully I'll be wandering around on these legs doing that. So that's the plan.
Well, a day of triumph for the soldiers and their families here today, but also one of bitter loss, remembering the 5 they lost in Afghanistan in November. But the work there continues for the Grenadier Guards as soldiers, trainers and mentors.
Hundreds of soldiers packed the Guards Chapel to remember the challenges they faced and the men they lost. Out in theatre, the work they did with the Afghan National Police and Army continues apace.
We left behind to our successors a going concern. We inherited one from our predecessors, and it's very much a continuum of training and mentoring and security operations. So they have carried it on, absolutely. We keep in touch, although it's a bit more difficult these days to find out what's going on. But the thoughts and memories of Afghanistan linger very strongly in us and will do for a long time.
But for those who completed their tour and survived, a welcome home they've long been anticipating. Victoria Smith, Forces News, Central London.
And they deserve it. Still to come.